Guys, it's your boy, Barca Boy 103. We have some huge news breaking this morning ahead of the match later today against Betis in the round 16 of the Copa del Rey. Ronald Araujo he has decided to continue at Barcelona, and we're going to give you guys all the news and the timeline for this scenario. A lot has changed since the Spanish Super Cup final, and we're going to go through everything in this video. Of course, make sure you drop a like down below and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get right into it. It all starts after the Super Cup final during the celebrations, where Lewandowski and Gavi are seen on video and analyzed by lip readers telling Araujo to stay. You can see Lewandowski there saying, new contract is coming, stay, don't leave. If you're gonna leave, wait until the summer. This is the place to be. There's nothing better than Barcelona, and Gavi is there saying the same thing as well. And we've seen this exact story before with Neymar when Messi and Suarez were trying to convince him to stay. He ended up leaving and regretted it ever since, and tried to come back to Barcelona every single summer after that. So the video here is confirmed, and following these videos still, the reports were saying that he still wants to leave. Sport came out saying that after the joint celebration yesterday, Araujo told his teammates that he wanted to leave Barcelona. He's not satisfied with Barcelona's financial offer on the new contract, and he also wants to try a new challenge abroad. And of course, Inigo got injured. He's going to be out for a month. You're thinking, okay, Araujo, this is your moment again to get back in the team. Everyone thought he's definitely going to stay now, and renewal came out saying that Araujo still wants to leave even with the injury of Inigo Martinez. And then Mundo Deportivo came out with this interesting report saying that the club is very upset with Araujo's entourage. Barcelona believes that what Deco conveyed to the player's representative, including the offer and other matters, did not reach him correctly, and that his entourage kept some information from him. The club learned of this through his close friends, who said that you have a big problem here because this player is not getting the information he should be getting. That right there is the key factor. When the club are negotiating with Ronald's agent, his agent is not telling him the whole picture. And then we got the big news last night coming in from Gentes Radamero, who is very, very close to Araujo's entourage, and he came out saying that, look, at the end of the day right now, Araujo has not made any final decision in regards to his future, and he is expected to do so in the next few hours. Of course, this was last night. Although the player wants to stay and is confident of returning to his best, the arrival of Juventus has made him think about his future. And this kind of summed up where we were at, because again, Araujo at this point didn't tell Barcelona anything officially that he wants to stay or go. All murmurings, him talking with his friends in the dressing room itself, and friends outside of football. Last night, though, there was a meeting between Araujo and Deco face to face, the player, the Uruguayan center back, and the Portuguese sporting director. And following this meeting, it was decided that Araujo will stay. The news initially broke from Mundo Deportivo, so credit to them, Fernando Polo and Fernando Martinez. They came out saying that Deco has convinced Araujo to stay at Barcelona. He might now even renew his contract as well. Deco tried everything possible and has managed to change Araujo's mind. In fact, he now could actually get a new contract very, very soon. And by soon, we mean within the next week. Matteo Marito followed afterwards, confirming the news saying that Juventus had never given up on Araujo and they're ready to spend a lot of money on him, but he has now decided to stay at Barcelona. And Thiago Motta, of course, the coach of Juventus, already spoke with Araujo personally on the phone as well. But last night, everything changed with the meeting with Deco. And he also added as well that even with the injury of Inigo Martinez, Araujo still wanted to leave, but Deco changed his mind last night. So that, of course, confirms what Relivo said initially. Radamero came out saying that Ronald Araujo ended up following his heart, and Tony Juan Martí came out saying that it seems that Araujo will stay at Barcelona for many more years to come. There were also reports coming in from sports saying that the unwavering support from the Barcelona teammates, especially Gavi and Lewandowski, as we saw of course in that video, played a crucial role in Araujo's decision to stay. The locker room affection made all the difference. Then we got the big report from Fernando Polo from Deportivo saying that Deco had successfully convinced Araujo to reconsider his decision to leave the club. The Uruguayan center back now likely to stay and potentially even renew his contract as well, which of course expires in 2026, following a breakthrough conversation between the two of them on Tuesday night. Radamero then came out saying that Araujo will renew his contract with Barcelona. The Uruguayan center back had decided to say last night, and his agents will travel to the Catalan capital to sign a new deal. So Araujo is staying. He was now officially convinced by Deco, and in the end, what Laporta said yesterday in his press conference that we still have some talk to go, we think we can turn the situation around, he was absolutely spot on. Now, I want to talk about the situation itself. The fact that Araujo considered to leave, I think, is a big indication on where his mindset is. It also tells me how young he is. To be fair, I think I'm a year older than Araujo, so there's not much of an age difference there, but it looks like he was easily influenced by one little call. Again, Juventus, out of all teams convincing him, shows how easy his mindset was turned. Also, competition is also a worry for me now going forward as well. He was scared to compete with 34-year-old Inigo Martinez, which is baffling in my books. But now the tides are going to be completely changing. Why? Because Inigo's out for a month. Look what happened in the goalkeeper position. And Naki Pena was number one. Shanji came in, had a good game. He was going to come in back in and Naki Pena. But of course, Naki Pena came late for training and he gave Szczesny the window. Szczesny took it. And now Szczesny got a red card. And now Naki Pena is going to get his chance back again because he cannot play now. So all this is going to be rotation, and same thing with the center back situation. With Inigo and Kubarsi, it was working so perfectly. Araujo had to work hard to get back in there, wait for an injury, wait for a mistake. Now the injury has come. It's going to be Kubarsi and Araujo, and then when Inigo comes back in a month, in February, it's going to be hard for him to now bench either Araujo or Kubarsi. I'll tell you that right now for free, unless it goes catastrophically wrong and we can't, keep clean sheets or not doing well. Maybe Inigo come back in, but if it does well, based on how we've seen Kubarsi and Inigo in the Kubarsi and Araujo in the past, it'll be difficult now for Inigo to get back into this team. But with Araujo, it's hard for me because I've seen a lot of people saying, don't doubt Araujo's love for the club. He was always gonna stay. Blah blah blah. Everyone coming out with their opinions. I always knew he was gonna stay. He wanted to leave. He was a meeting away from leaving. Acting like he didn't make a final decision. He told everyone he wanted to leave, despite Inigo getting injury. He wanted to leave. It only changed last night. So again, in terms of last night, shout out to Deco. Deco, over the course of his time as a sporting director at Barcelona, has been getting criticized a lot. He has no money. He's made no movies. The only signing he's made is Dani Olmo. You want to count Pau Victor? Sure. I don't really count that because he's already at Barcelona before Deco arrived. He's only signed Dani Olmo. He's getting another contract of Pedri, Lamine Yamal, and Gavi over the line. Now finally Araujo as well. So he's doing what he can do in a situation that's of course very delicate, very complicated, no money. But of course now all that will change following Barcelona's return, of course, a few weeks ago to the 1-1 rule. But again, he convinced Araujo to stay. And that, of course, goes back to the first report that I mentioned where Barcelona thought that Araujo was not getting all the information that they wanted to transmit to him because his agents were being pretty much dickheads. I don't know what they want him. I don't know if they're money hungry, something like that. I've seen a lot of people saying Araujo should sack his agents. It's very much giving me Moussa Sissoko with Ousmane Dembele vibes. But in the end, once that face-to-face meeting happened, that was the game changer. That's always a game changer when you look at the past. Players leaving, players staying. The face-to-face meeting is always the final boss, kind of the final movement, and always the opinions there tend to change, and it was the case in this scenario. Look, of course, I'm satisfied and content with Araujo staying. If he left, I wouldn't have been bothered. If he stayed, I wouldn't have been bothered. That was always my position on Araujo. I just could not believe that he was going to leave Barcelona for Juventus specifically. That's where I was mainly baffled. You're the captain of Barcelona. You want to go to a whole entire new project, a whole entire new rebuild. The worst Juventus team I've seen in the past 30 years. You want to go there? You want to go to Bayern, Arsenal, City, something bigger than Barcelona or of the level of Barcelona, I would say, because there's really nothing bigger than Barcelona. Then I'm like, all right, you know what, fair enough. They're offering him more money as well. But to Juventus, that's where I was mainly baffled the most. And again, people saying he loves the club, Of course, now people are going to go with that persona because he's going to stay now. But do not bat your eyes on those players in the past, present, and the future who commit no matter what. For example, in the squad, Pedri, Gavi, they don't listen to anything. No other team can tempt them unless Barcelona tells them, we don't want you anymore. They don't listen, they don't talk, they don't nothing. With Araujo, he was 90% out the door. 90% out the door. There was not that meeting last night. He would have been gone. Tonight at the Montjuic would have been his last game at home, last game as a captain, last game in Barcelona. He would have been out the door come the weekend for sure. But again, the club insisted, the club pushed, and now he's going to stay. Of course, we are happy that he's going to stay, but don't give me all this that he was going to stay no matter what agenda, because that was never, ever the case. He was 1 foot out the door. And I do want to end off this video by mentioning that to send my condolences and my farewells to both Eric Garcia and Christensen, because they're both cooked at this point now. They're both going to be out the door come the summer. One of them even could leave during this month. I'm looking mainly at Eric Garcia, because if Araujo is staying, you have Kubarsi, Inigo, Koundé, you're going to sign Tom most likely this summer as well. they're both cooked. And in the end, if you asked when Araujo was going to be leaving, I'm like, okay, bet we got Christensen. I'm not really too worried about that. And now with Araujo saying, like, all right, Christensen, you're probably cooked at this point. But now we're back in the 1-1 rule. You never know. I do rate Christian a lot. He won't be back, of course, till this weekend. We haven't seen him play football in almost a year at this point, for Barcelona specifically. So he's going to have to kind of really step up his performances. It's going to be difficult for him to get into this team. We'll see if he gets played in pivot or not, but that's going to be his future. Same with Eric Garcia as well. They're probably both out the door as things stand. But I think everyone here is very satisfied, happy with the continuation of Araujo. So am I, but I think the way he almost left, the way he considered leaving, coming back from an injury, 1 game in, oh, I want to leave. I didn't really like that mentality from him. That will always, I think, be not a damper on his legacy, but a question mark on his legacy. People are saying a lot over the past few days, is Araujo a Barcelona legend? What's his most memorable moment? I think right now, despite him staying, I think his most memorable moment right now is him getting the red card against PSG last season. That is right now his legacy, and it's now down to him to stay here, commit here, and overturn that legacy. Yes, he's been very good when he's younger, especially before Xavi came in as a raw defender, but on the ball, he's terrible. The hoop ball confirmation of Araujo is at an all-time high, and now it's down to him to return that. We, of course, saw how good he was in the Super Cup final defensively. Again, on the ball wasn't that great. There was, of course, the clearances last second, but those are last second. We don't mind those per se, but it's down to him now to turn that legacy. But I think everyone here is very satisfied he's going to be staying. Again, new contract expected in the next week. That's how imminent it is. Wait and see and hear what the leaks are in terms of his wages. He is right now around 100,000 euros per week. Again, he's earning less than the like of Ansu Fati and Ferran Torres. All these squad players get nowhere near the team. He's going to now be a starter. I'm hoping he won't be earning more than 200,000 euros per week. I think he should be earning around 150 to 190, somewhere around there. I think would be very fair for Araujo. But wait and see when those numbers do leak. But Araujo, si queda, the move to Juventus is off. Any move in January is off. Following a meeting last night with Deco, he has now convinced and he will commit his future to Football Club Barcelona. Of course, in the comments down below, let me know your thoughts on the whole entire situation. Him wanting to leave, him pushing, Deco now turning and making him stay. Your thoughts on Deco and Laporta making Araujo stay, and of course now Araujo's commitment to the team. All your thoughts down in the comments below, and of course make sure you guys subscribe down below as well if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys later today for the match against Betis in the Copa del Rey. Take care and Forza Barca.